Hello and welcome to this gentle flow to slowly unravel and awaken the body and your energy, kind of shifting energy a little, coming into a little bit more of a state of flow and presence in your bones, in your muscles. We'll start today on our backs, and I do recommend having a bolster if possible, otherwise a few rolled up towels or blankets can work, or a few cushions or the pillows from your bed. We'll start in a supported fish with this prop across the back of your heart or across the back of where your bra strap approximately is or would be if you wear a bra, so that your shoulders can melt down, arms open wide, or maybe you prefer to have them resting on the body or even overhead. You can keep your knees bent here just to protect the lower back a little, maybe even tucking the pelvis under. If you don't like having the head back like this, you can also rest it on a second cushion or block. And closing down the eyes here if you feel comfortable. We'll take 5 slow, clearing breaths in the belly and the heart. Breathing out through the mouth. Inviting in some softness. Last 2. Beautiful. All of yourself settling here, arriving into this space, into your heart. And then bringing your hands gently to rest towards the back of your head, clasping and interlacing the hands. And then as you inhale, you'll let the head fall back just a little, as much as you feel comfortable, and the elbows to open wide. As you exhale, you'll round up and off the prop a little, chin to chest, elbows draw towards each other. Inhale as you open, finding space across the heart. Exhale as you round, maybe even drawing navel to spine, finding a little bit of initial core engagement. A few more like that, letting the breath guide the movement. Finding a fullness across the heart as you breathe in, inviting prana to fill up the chest. As you breathe out, finding space across the back of the heart, this thoracic spine, and even up into the cervical spine at the back of the neck, up towards the brainstem. 2 more in your own time. Allowing the breath to be nice and long and smooth. And at the end of your next exhale, while you're crunched up, allow that to help you guide up and off the bolster, or whatever prop you're using. Just set that over to one side, coming back flat onto your spine. Feet wide, knees knocking in, maybe hands on your belly or belly and heart. And just sensing the back of the heart nice and flat on the spine, on the mat or the earth, and the spine aligned. Now sending your breath into your belly, down, maybe even towards the pelvic bowl, sensing prana on the inhale, filling this base of the lungs. In all directions, feeling like a balloon, front, sides, and the back into the lower spine. On the exhale, invite a softening and melting into the earth through the whole body. And heel toe your feet back to parallel. Knees stacking around about above the heels. And from here, draw your right knee in towards your chest. You can give it a little clasp with your hands at the front of the shin or the thigh. Maybe a rock side to side, massaging into the hip. Unraveling any stickiness or grittiness here. Smoothing out the edges slowly. You're welcome to stay here, maybe starting to draw that knee just with the right hand towards the armpit as the left hip continues to ground down. Or option, if you feel ready for a half happy baby, holding onto the outside of the right shin, ankle or foot as you lift the heel to be on top of the knee and the right elbow comes to the inside of the leg. You can then wing out your left knee in a kind of half butterfly to counter that movement. Breathing into the hip and whichever variation you take. Again, there might be some really subtle movement wherever you are. Allow the breath to wash through. And wherever you are, half happy baby or hugging the knee in, can you extend your left leg long? And then guide your right leg into a twist, left hand to the outside of that right knee as it guides over to the left. Gaze might come over the right shoulder as the arm wings out into a cactus or T shape. Breathing into the spine as it gently unravels, no need to tug or pull yourself into the shape. Let each exhale create a little more space, a little deeper twist through the spine. You might now just add a really gentle movement through the neck, sending the chin towards the left side. Taking your time here, moving nice and slow, rolling the back of the skull, one side and then to the other, maybe twice. Coming back to center, gaze lifting and unraveling your twist. Take a moment in center in constructive rest with your feet wide, knees knocking in, maybe hands to the belly. Just allow that side of that twist and hip opening to settle, to integrate a little. And then we'll move on to the other side. Again, bringing the legs back to parallel and draw your left knee in towards your chest this time. You might rock it side to side or create some circles with that knee, massaging into that hip. And then maybe it comes out towards the armpit or maybe into that variation of happy baby, hand to the foot, ankle or shin, and maybe your right knee wings out wherever you are. And you can maintain any really subtle movement, maybe a swaying, side to side or even up and down. And then wherever you are, extend that right leg long, make your way into that twist, right hand to the outside of your left knee this time to gently guide it over towards the right. You might shift the hips over to the left a little, and maybe your gaze comes over your left shoulder. As you breathe into the spine, gently inviting it to find some rinsing, like wringing out a tea towel. It finds new space, a sense of hydration after it twists. You might bring in that gentle movement through the neck, rolling your gaze, your chin towards the right side. Really slowly sensing in all the subtle sensations this invites. And rolling back towards the left, and one more time each way. Continuing to breathe slowly, consciously. When you're ready, bringing your gaze back to center and rolling your legs back. Again, taking a little moment to find a constructive rest here. Feet wide, knees knocking in, breath down into the belly, nourishing your lower spine. Feeling any sense of balance now that we've done both sides. Noticing any shift that might have already occurred in your energy or your body, or maybe even your mind since you began just a few minutes ago. And draw both knees in towards the chest, hands to the back of the thighs as you begin to rock and roll up the length of your mat. Giving your spine a little massage on the way, having a little play, maybe you hover at the top. And then over the next couple, eventually crossing your ankles and making your way into a child's pose at the back of your mat. This can be with the knees narrow, in line with the feet, or you can have the toes together, knees as wide as your mat, and then walking the hands forward from wherever you are. Forehead melts towards the mat, or maybe to a block if the mat feels a little far away. You might roll the forehead side to side, this kind of anti-stress little massage. Enjoying how it feels to really surrender to the earth. To almost hug it, really melt down into its hold, its support. If you've got a block under your head, remove it. Walk your hands off your mat to the left side, maybe stacking the left hand on top of the right as you find some space through the right side body. And draw your right hip back as the hands press forward and away. Slow breath into your right side. Slow breath out. Walk the hands back through center and over to the other side. Maybe this time stacking the right palm on top of the left and tacking your left hip back towards the heel in line with the right. Full breath into your left side. Full breath out. And again, walking your hands back through center. And here you might like to bend your elbows, bringing the palms to touch in Anjali Mudra and letting your thumbs work back towards your heart. Letting the heart melt between your armpits, down towards the earth. As you find some space through the front of those arms, the front of the shoulders. Extend the arms again. Lift your gaze and begin to draw forward into Sphinx. So the heart moves forward between the hands, forearms land to earth, and your hips will need to move back and down to extend your legs. Elbows are round about underneath your shoulders here. And you might like your forehead to land on a block. I really like this to begin to unravel a bit through the forehead even more as the heart opens. The lower back, your kidneys gaining some love. You send your breath again into the belly in all four directions like a balloon expanding out from the center. On your exhale, letting everything soften, the backs of the legs relax, the toes. The heart softens and shoulders soften. Removing a block under your head if you've got it there. And just for some gentle core activation, or it might not feel so gentle, especially the first time doing this one. Press into your forearms, breathe in as you open your heart, maybe even lift your gaze just a little. As you exhale, press into the forearms, draw navel to spine, chin to chest. Inhale, reach the heart forward, lift your gaze, soften through the belly. Exhale, navel to spine, maybe belly even lifts off the earth as you draw your chin to your chest. 2 more like that. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, round, lift the core. And release, breathe in. Breathe out, let your chest, your head lower down all the way to the mat. Fingertips come wide, elbows high. 2 rounds of striking cobra. Can you press the tops of your feet actively into the mat and feel the kneecaps lift, the thighs engage? And draw your navel to your spine. Keep the activation we've just established. As you inhale, keep this as you lift the chest and head. Exhale, lower, head lands last, elbows stay high. Just 1 more like that. Inhale, keep the activation through legs and navel. Support your spine. Exhale, lower all the way down. Keep the right arm how it is. Extend your left arm long along the earth, palm down, coming into a pinned wing. Bring your left ear down. As you begin to roll onto your left side, your legs can stack or your right toes might drip over towards the outside of your mat. Full breath in. Breath out, roll back onto your belly and switch sides, extending your right leg. Left fingertips land. Left leg melts over and back as you roll onto the right side. Full breath in. Full breath out. Rolling back onto your belly. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders or towards your lower ribs. Tuck your toes. Find your downward facing dog. Hands as wide as your shoulders or maybe even wider. Generous bend through your knees to allow space for your spine to drip and expand. Space between the vertebrae as you create a long line from your hips out the crown. Any movement here is welcome, walking the dog by bending one knee and extending the other. Or maybe sway your hips side to side, bending the knees as you do. Bring your gaze between your hands, bend your knees, and take a slow stroll towards the top of your mat, finding some space through the backs of the legs as you go there, seeing if you can walk heel-toe at some stage there as well. And finding your forward fold here, Uttanasana. Inhale here, take a halfway lift, find a long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees as you press into the feet and roll up 1 vertebra at a time, letting the arms hang heavy. Shoulders roll up and back at the end, finding your Tadasana mountain pose. Heart lifting, feet grounding, big toe, little toe and heel. The crown of the head lifting as the chin draws back a little. Earlobes away from the shoulders, shoulders down and away from the earlobes. From here, beginning to welcome a little bit of shaking to the whole body. You might start with shaking up and down through the knees, and then the arms and the chest might get involved. Doesn't need to look like anything. If your eyes are open, you might like to close them. Just move into this somatic sensation, allowing everything you need to release to melt down and out as you shake, letting the earth take it, feeling this groundedness through your feet as you shake. You might even get the head and the neck a little involved. Breathing as you go, maybe sighing out on the exhale. 3 more breaths here. Let it all go, releasing all the tension, all the stuckness and stagnancy. Last breath. Start to slow it down until you come into stillness. Maybe bring one hand to your heart and the other to your belly. Sensing any release, any shifting, spiraling of energy. On your next breath in, slowly reach the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward, bend your knees and hinge from your hips here. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold and take a big step back with your left leg, finding a low lunge, lowering your knee and untucking your toes. Draw your right hip back, your left hip forward, and as you inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms, open your heart, elbows melt down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist, right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, reach up through the arms, through the navel. Exhale, cactus, one more of each of those. Inhale, reach up, get tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, frame your front foot. Maybe use blocks if you have them on either side. As you inhale, really open your heart here. As you exhale, extend that front leg, find your half Hanuman. Breathing into the back of that leg, maybe the heel inches forward. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, rebend that front knee. Tuck your back toes and lift that knee. As you inhale here again, open your heart. As you exhale, extend that front leg again, this time into pyramid. Right hip tucks back, left hip forward, squaring off through the pelvis. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Blocks or some prop is really helpful here. Exhale, fold into it. One more like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, this time walk your blocks or your hands towards the outside of that right leg. Any amount, it might be closer to the foot or more towards the shin, finding some space through the outside of the hip and the leg, through the ITB band, through the left side of the waist perhaps, and maybe a little twist through the spine. Full breath in here. Breath out, walk the hands back to frame that front foot. Inhale, rebend that knee. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out, let it go. Bring your gaze between your hands, bend your knees. Take a slow stroll or hop towards the top of your mat. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold into it. Inhale, reach up and rise up. Arms circle out and up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, take a dramatic slinky flow down to your forward fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold, this time taking a big step back with your right leg, low lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist left hand back. Maybe gaze comes back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus, open through the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist from your belly. Inhale, reach up, last time. And exhale, frame your front foot, maybe taking a hold of blocks if you use them. Tuck your back toe and lift your knee. As you inhale, open. No, let's go. Grab your blocks if you use them. Inhale, open your heart here. Exhale, half Hanuman, extend that front leg, maybe heel inches forward. We stay here for 2 breaths. Inhaling as we elongate the spine. Exhale as we allow the belly, the heart to soften a little. One more like that. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Tuck your back toe and lift your back knee as you open the heart, breathe in. Exhale, pyramid, extending that front leg, set it up. Maybe you walk that front back knee in a little. As you inhale here again, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift through your navel to spine, create a nice flat but active back. Exhale, walk those blocks or your hands towards the outside of your left leg this time. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Breath out, reframe your front foot, maybe removing blocks. Rebend your front knee, breathe in. Exhale, step the left foot back to meet your right, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your right knee towards your right elbow and lightly as you can land your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Lower your back knee and untuck your toes. Finding some space through the inside of the hips, the front of the left hip. Inhale as you reach your right hand forward, up and back, creating a big circle or rainbow through the sky. Option here to kick the left foot in towards the buttock and maybe take a hold of that foot. You also have the option to have your left hand down on a block or any other prop to create a little more space through the heart and your belly. As you inhale here, open through the heart, maybe you kick the hand into the foot and come to the outside blade edge of your right foot. As you exhale, round in, draw the heel towards the buttock, maybe gazing over the left shoulder. Two more like that. Inhale to really open up. Exhale to round in and contract. Inhale, open up. Exhale, contract. Gently release that back foot. Plant your hands down, tuck your back toe, downward facing dog, back at the mat. To the other side, inhale your left heel up and back. Exhale, left knee to your left elbow. Lower the foot down, lower the knee down. Maybe block or prop under your right hand to set up. Inhale as you reach your left hand forward, up and back, a nice generous, slow circle. And then maybe you take a hold of that foot and find those three little calibrations here. Inhaling as you open the heart, kick the foot into the hand. Exhale, round in, contract. Inhale, open up. Exhale, contract. Inhale, open. Exhale, contract. Release the foot without slingshotting. Remove your block. Planting both hands down to the earth. Tuck your back toe. Downward facing dog. Bring your gaze between your hands, bend your knees. Take a slow stroll or maybe a hop or float to the top of your mat. When you get there, heel toe your feet nice and wide. Sink down into your malasana squat. Option to use a block here underneath your bum and maybe a rolled up blanket under your heels if they feel quite lifted here. Hands come to heart wherever you are, lifting heart towards the thumbs, thumbs into the sternum. Draw your inner thighs towards each other actively, even if you're resting on something, and press your feet into the earth or the prop. Option here to release the hands, let the chin roll to the chest and find some space through the back of your heart, back of your spine. Breathing into any little gritty bits that might remain, maybe rolling your head gently side to side. Full breath in. Full breath out. Slowly remove any blocks, and from here, as gracefully as you can, allow your bottom to relax back onto your mat. Making sure you have some space behind you to roll down. Bring your hand, a prop,
nearby as well. It might be that rolled up towel or blanket that you used at the beginning, or it might be a block. It's for a supported bridge, our final shape. So as you inhale here, hands to the shins, open your heart. As you exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest, you can sit back on the tailbone here, big C shape through your spine. One more like that, inhaling to open. Exhaling to round. Then continue releasing the hands, rolling all the way down onto your spine. And with the spine back on the earth, take a moment to settle, to integrate. Maybe again, feet wide, knees together. Maybe you'd like a little movement with some windscreen wipers of the knees side to side. And whenever you're ready, bringing the feet back to parallel, heels under the knees. As you press into the feet, lift your hips so that you can guide your prop of choice underneath your sacrum into a gentle supported bridge. Your knees can stay lifted, heels on the earth, or you might extend them away, elongating the legs if that feels okay in your lower back. If at any time there is pinching in the lower back, come out of it or reduce that extension through your legs. Hands again can be on your belly or out to your sides. Breathing through the front of the body. Enjoying any spaciousness, any unraveling you've created. If your legs are extended, slowly bend one at a time, feet landing on the earth. And with the bolster or prop underneath your hips, extend both feet up to the sky into Viparita Karani. Slowly allowing all of that energy in the legs to melt down, to soften and land in the heart. You might also like to extend your arms overhead. You might like to be quite still here. I sometimes like to give my legs and maybe even my arms a little shake here. Especially if your legs are naturally starting to begin to shake. Sometimes it feels nice for the nervous system to just fully move through that discomfort, especially when we're kind of working against gravity with the legs going up. It can be nice to kind of gently let that release. Or if you prefer stillness, of course, stay there. And take 3 last deep breaths here. Full breath in. 2 like that. Let your knees fall in slowly towards your chest, releasing any shaking if it's still going. Lower your feet down to the earth. Gently lift the hips, set your bolster over to the side. And with the knees bend, roll over onto a preferred side, into our final seat and integration. Slowly lifting up, taking your time. And you might like to elevate your hips on your bolster, pillow, or maybe a block as you come into a comfortable seat just for a final few moments. Letting your hands rest in a gesture that feels nourishing, whether that's open or more contained, holding the body. And letting your head bow down to your heart. And basking in a new sense of spaciousness, groundedness, aliveness in your body, in every layer of your being. And from this place, I invite you to set an intention, even just the little seed of an intention for the rest of your day. Feeling that swell in your heart, like a little golden orb of light. Breathing into the heart, charging up this intention. As you breathe out, watching it travel down the spine, past the belly, through your pelvic bowl, through your sitting bones and down into the earth, traveling a meter down where the seed is planted, golden orb of light. Subtle intention to hold you, support you throughout the rest of your day or your week. To seal off the practice, we'll take one last clearing breath together. Full breath into the hands or the heart. Namaste.